Hi there, my name is Paul Darby from DocsCorp. In this short video, I just want to show you how to apply a signature to a document inside pdfDocs. Now, you can do it in a couple of ways. The first method, of course, is to take a photo of your actual signature, scan it, that type of thing. So you end up with a file that looks a little bit like this. Okay, if I just go and grab one here, sort of this one, we use John Smith's, so you end up with a signature like this. And what I want to do with this is actually apply that to a document or a set of documents inside pdfDocs. So let's deal with that first. So that's that image there. So let's go and grab a file. So I'm just going to pop this open in pdfDocs, and of course there is my document. Now, how we do this is we use the stamp option. So be it whether if I'm in single document mode or if I'm in organizer mode for pdfDocs, I've got this stamp option that works in exactly the same way. So there are a number of stamps that come out of the box, of course. If you're familiar with pdfDocs, you'll be familiar with these. So sort of approved, not approved. We have some sign here stickers. We have some dynamic stamps, same sort of thing, but just with date and times on them. It's the custom stamps, however, is what we're going to be looking at. So really, to do this quickly, I simply just choose to create a new stamp. You can use the manage custom stamps, and what that enables you to do is to save them so you can have multiples if you need to do that. So if you choose multiple stamp, of course you get this option, you just get the ability to create it. So manage custom stamps, or if I go to the create custom stamp, you see this is pretty much the same dialog box. So let's go and grab that signature. Now, to create your own stamp, of course, you can go in there and you can start to create your own text type stamps like this, and you can change the colors, etc. But we want to go and get that image. So we click on image, we click on browse, and then I go and get that particular scanned document there. So there's my John Smith stamp. You can see my stamp there. I can give it a title if I want to. Let's just call that one Smith for a second. Click OK, and then I get the image itself appear. Now you can see that's the size of the image I actually created. It's quite a big one. If you look closely in the middle, you can see a set of black crosshairs. And what this means, of course, is you can place it on the document. If you click and hold your mouse and drag, it will then resize that image for you. Okay, so you can just do it that way. Let me just delete that a second. Let's go and add it again. Once you've added it once, look, it appears at the top. You can just choose it. So there it is. This time I could just drop it onto the page and use these grab handles to resize it. Of course, I can just pick those up, resize those. If you want to keep the aspect ratio, just hold the shift key down, and that will ensure that that will always remain the same way. Otherwise, you can do this sort of thing if you don't hold shift down. But if you want to hold shift down, of course, that will ensure that that box will always be the relevant size for you. Little grab handle at the top here just to spin it around if you want to sort of resize it and move it around that way, just like that. Now, of course, I might want to apply this to multiple pages in the document, certainly if I'm using the organizer. So by right-clicking on it and choosing Apply to Pages, it gives you the Pages option as well. So you can apply it to all the pages excluding the first one, for example, or you can put it on a page range, etc. Okay, so whether you're putting it onto just a single page or a collection of documents, you can do exactly the same thing. So there's my document with my stamp on it. Now, one thing to note here is I can still pick that stamp up and move it around. So even if I save this document and then sent it to someone, they would still be able to move that stamp around, and we don't want them to do that. So what we can do here is go to the edit ribbon. So the way our ribbons are sort of designed is we have a home ribbon with our favorites. This is tools to review a document. This is tools to protect a document, of course. And then finally, we have our edit ribbon, which is when we're sort of editing documents and adding bits to them. So on the edit ribbon, we have the flatten option. Now this flatten option, of course, enables us then to go through and flatten the annotations in my document. It will flatten all the annotations here. So let's just choose yes for this, in this case here. It goes through, and now that image, I can't grab anymore. Okay, just bring it back to 100%. I can't grab it. It's now locked to the page. So just if you are applying a sticker like this, simply go to your stamps, choose stamps, custom stamps, create a new stamp or manage it. Okay, you can, if you want to create a few, apply it to the document. But once you've done that, edit and flatten, and that will flatten that for you. So that's adding this type of stamp to the document itself. Okay, so just a scanned image, and it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, when I chose to bring that file in, okay, just to create a new stamp again, okay, from an image I can simply go and get these type of file types. Okay, bitmap, GIF, JPEG, PNG. Those sort of the graphical files that you can bring in here and use. Okay, so that'll create that for you. Now the other way of adding signatures to documents, of course, is by the use of digital signatures. Now these are a little bit more advanced. They're more around the certificate, you know, to prove that these files are actually, it's the last thing you do, is actually a security thing. So if I want to do that, because it's security, we go to the protect ribbon inside pdfDocs as well. Again, single document mode, organizer, it's in the same place. There is this digital signature option. Now I'm in single document mode, so if I drop this option down, you can see here I've got some options. I've got an option to sign, add a signature field. I've got an option to add and sign, digital signature options, and then sign a document. In organizer, we only have add digital signature and digital signature options. Okay, purely because when you output a document in the organizer, you're collating it. It's at that point we'll get you to sign it, or add and sign is just not available in that particular module. In single document mode though, just on one page, I can choose add and sign, which means I can do the two things at the same time. So I can go and choose where I want my signature to appear. I can let go, and then I get this digital signature panel appear here. Now I can put some, excuse me, I can put some information into this, locations, reasons, contacts, etc. I can now go and get my file. Now in the real world example, you may have a certificate in a central store. I don't have that here so much, I just have it on a file. So I'm simply just going to choose from a file. Now I go and get my signature field, which will be here. There he is. I'm just going to pop that onto the document. So let's just add in a password for that. There we go. Now my document is signed. Okay, I've got my signature. It's signed by Google. I can put in locations, reasons, etc. I can then go down and sign this document. To sign it, simply sign and save as. We have to save the document to add the signature. So we choose where we want to save it. I'm just going to pop it on my desktop. I'm going to call this one signed, like that. Click OK. And now you can see I've got this document now with a signature on there. So I do have some control over how that looks. Under the digital signature option, we do exactly have those options, and you can see here this takes us to the pdfDocs options, and you can choose what you want here, so date, distinguished names, etc., just in there. Okay, so pretty much we can just enable signing just by using an image, or we can sign using a certificate. Okay, so just a little video here just on signing those documents. I hope that is okay. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact your DocsCorp account manager, and I'm sure we will definitely be able to help out. But in the meantime, many thanks for your time, and speak to you soon. Many thanks. Goodbye.